Dee-la-dee-da.
Cause I'm riding the pine, riding the pine. Chronicles of the fourth line. Just sitting on the bench with my two line mates of mine.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm riding the pain, riding the pain. With Punchy Langer, summertime.
Oh yeah.
Hello, everybody. Here we are. Count them. We got 5 on this hand, 5 on that, and it is episode 10. Here we go, boys. How we doing? We made it to 2 hands. We're in double digits now. How you feeling, Langer?
Yeah, I'm good. Playing net.
I forgot my footstool.
Old school goaler.
That's absolutely beautiful, that thing. How you doing, Summer?
But I can't breathe. I don't know how they
I'm
play.
the, the intro song looked a little, yeah, you're challenged.
So this is a fun night. This is a fun night. Catching everybody on a Tuesday. Coming out a little early. Got life getting in the way the rest of the week, so we're kicking it off a day early here. And we got a pretty cool topic tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about some old school fashion. We're talking hockey gear. We're talking no buckets, ugly buckets, some of the prettiest buckets, some of the buckets you really wish you could see. Even one that's been in the news lately about the Foligno bucket. We'll get there at some point tonight. I'm sure Summertime's got a lot of history to tell us on some of the tacky gear that Yanni made him make when he was a kid. I actually, in a second, I actually recently just witnessed some pretty tacky gear, and I even got to use a wood stick last week. So I'll tell you a little bit about that experience. And then as we head into the third there, Lager's going to tell us why today's gear might be better and safer, but yesterday's gear was a hell of a lot better. So how you guys been doing, man? Like, it's been a big week. Busy weekend for us, Summer? Like with the hockey house hosting the NZIHL games that were down here. Pretty cool to be there for the first Mako game of the year and get to experience that. And what'd you think of the whole, Mako thing this weekend? It was pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, it was really cool. I like the jerseys, and the team did well, better than expected, and that was a real big bonus. The kids stepped up.
Some good young kids, man. Who's that Belarusian kid? He was unreal. The Dalamatau or something like that.
Ivan Delmato.
And he's a young dude, eh?
Yeah. I think he's. I want to say 15, but he's around that age bracket. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some silky little mitts on him there. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that right off the hop. That was a pretty fun-filled weekend for us. Anyways, we were busy, so. Special kickoff and good way to kick off the season for the boys. Anyways, what else has been going on, boys? Got anything else for warm-ups here that you want to get off your chest?
Before you get started, I wanted to ask you boys your thoughts on homo milk.
Like homogenized milk, yeah.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
So I was 2% growing up, so.
Yeah, I was 2% too.
That's right.
Homo milk in the red. Yeah. Now, was it a carton or was it in a bag? Did you get three bags in a bigger bag?
I got the 3
I was
bags.
in a bag household for sure.
Yeah.
So you got to snip off, put it in the jug, snip off the one end, and then snip off the other end so you get a nice flow.
That's right, exactly. I remember a non-Canadian visitor coming over and them grabbing the extra milk jug and making like juice in it or whatever, And I thought it was just, I was like, no.
Like, whoa, what are you doing? Yeah. It's going to get all sticky.
Because like your juice jugs have a lid on it, and they had that like turny thing, right, where it was like, the 3 slits, and then it would pour.
There was the pour, and then there was like the
block.
Sort of the semi pour.
Anyways,
if you don't know what we're referring to, in Canada, you go to the grocery store and you get a large bag, and it had 3 liters in it, correct?
3 like little
Yeah.
pillow bags.
Yeah, so it was,
Yeah.
each bag was an individual liter of milk, and you slide that into a I remember making one of those containers like in elementary school. It was the first time I ever used a kiln. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I made
Yeah.
that and a little stupid teddy bear out of clay. But anyways, we would make those, and then you cut off the top corner of the
It's
bag
like
of
a little
milk.
hat when you cut it off too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a
It's
little
like a
hat.
little,
You can put it
little
on anything.
put it on like a GI Joe or
It's
something.
like a yarmulke on the back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Just slap it on there.
There.
There
There
you
you go.
go.
There's the bag of milk. There it
Yeah.
is.
That's right. You
No,
don't
So
have to
that's
I've
skate
heard
like a
that.
bag of milk, but
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
that is exactly what
that's
it
And then
our
looks
you,
like.
milk jug specifically made for the bag,
yeah.
right? You don't
Yeah.
use this jug for anything else unless it's an
No, you do
emergency.
your dirt
You
bag.
don't put juice in it.
That's you're a dirt bag. And then there's your 2%, or yeah, you're homogenized, right?
Yeah, your homo.
With the 3 bags. Yeah,
Where's the
you're.
homo milk? Let's have a look at that.
Let's have a look at homo
'Cause
milk.
that's
Yeah, we
2%.
did kick it
But
off
I was
with
talking to
Homo.
some people out west, and they say that they don't get bags of milk, or it's rare. They use like the jug, like the plastic jug.
Yeah, I lived in Calgary for a long time. Calgary's
There it
jug.
is.
3.25, eh? Yeah,
Oh, that's
Full fat
hefty.
It is
homo
some-
milk.
thick stuff.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's straight from the udder. That stuff.
Straight from the udder. That's right.
That's right.
And then what do you do when the bag's empty? What do you do with it?
It was rubbish, right? It was.
No, you cut it off, you rinse it out, you put some blueberries in it, and maybe freeze it or use it as a baggie. I don't know.
Yeah.
like to recycle
no, I
stuff,
didn't.
so-
Yeah, good for you. No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
fire
I
the
don't
garbage.
remember that. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Don't blow it up and pop it or anything.
No, but that's crazy. No, again,
That's far more creative than what I
Yeah.
would ever
Seriously.
thought of.
no,
Put it
it's
over your
pretty
head?
much in the non-recycling garbage bin.
Yeah.
It's not even a bin; it's just the garbage.
It's a
Put
garbage
it in the
bag.
garbage,
Yeah.
and yeah, you put it in the garbage bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now I call it the rubbish bag. The
Yeah, you say
rubbish
garbage
bin.
here, people look at you like you're silly.
The rubbish
Yeah.
sounds too nice, though. It's like giving
It does.
garbage dignity, you know?
I made the mistake.
Garbage. Just be real with it. Rubbish. Rubbish is like a few crumpled pieces of paper and,
Yeah.
blowing down the street or something.
It's like
That's
cute,
rubbish.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
cute.
right.
It's
Yeah.
garbage.
That's right.
Yeah.
Garbage stinks.
It's like the
like
way we
garbage.
play. That's why we're on the bench.
That's right.
Yeah, because we're absolute garbage.
Garbage.
That's right.
All right, so we ready to get into this first period here?
Yeah. Thanks.
That's
I
a-
feel better now.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
a solid warm up, man. We get a little bit of rubber on the goalie before we sit down for 3 periods.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. I
So
gotta
off-
hope I don't get called by the coach. Yeah.
Well, you're in the middle of the bench right now, so you might.
Yeah,
Know.
we got you squashed in here, so you can't get away. And the first period is underway.
I don't know about the viewers, but darn, that whistle goes loud in my ears.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
learn
it's pretty intense.
it is intense. But let's hear it there, viewers. How's the whistle? Is it too loud?
Yeah.
Should we just get a soundtrack whistle?
Or an air horn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, like, there you
maybe
go,
an air
retro.
horn, yeah.
Or a Javex bottle full of pennies, or
Yeah, that's right. I
A
remember.
Javex
Yeah.
bottle.
My God, man.
yeah,
Right. Wow. Now there's a piece of history for you.
yeah, that's old school.
You
None of
don't see that ever anymore. Yeah.
No, no.
Even
Well-
I forgot about that.
Dude,
That's
I
crazy.
I
that's why
remember
I'm here,
in
boys.
a
That's why
house
I'm
that we lived in, we just had one of those big 10-gallon water drums, and you come home from the
Oh,
bar
yeah.
and just drop your change in it.
Forgot to turn
Come
my
home
light
from the
on.
bar and just people would come over, you find stuff in the couch, you just chuck it all in, and like eventually that thing was packed, man.
You
Yeah,
got
it was
$800 in pennies and nickels,
exactly.
and you can't even lift it because it's so heavy.
Or get them out. You got to shake it up. For
Trying to
hours
get the
on end.
quarters out of it so you
You
can
chip the bathtub.
go to the arcade.
That's right. That's right. Man,
the
I went
bouncy
to
ball
the
out of that
arcade the other day, and or sorry, I wasn't at the arcade. I tried. There was Street Fighter at a restaurant while I was in Christchurch last week, and I wanted to play it. And I went to the bar and said, "What's the deal with the thing?" And they said, "Oh, it's $1, but it only takes $2 coins." I'm like, "Oh,
What?
right, of course, yeah." but you get 4 goes. I'm like, what do you mean you get 4 goes? So I don't know. That's just what the manual says. So whatever. I get my $2 coins and I head over to the Street Fighter machine. It was Street Fighter 2 as well, limited edition, which was the one.
So it's
I don't know if
extra.
you guys
It's
are-
extra kick ass.
It's the like the sweetest one next to the net. Anyways, to this. Anyways, so I go pop in my $2 and it just comes straight back out, and over and over and over. I'm like, so disappointed. Because Street Fighter on the arcade game for me is like gold. Yeah, I don't know if you
That's
guys.
brutal. I could not play
No.
those games.
Yeah,
No, eh?
I
stopped.
was.
I just-
Yeah, no, I was never any good at those.
No good.
But I
Yeah,
did go to the
yeah.
arcade recently as well.
Right.
And
Did you play your $2 games?
I'm pretty kick ass at the what do you call it? The beanbag game, where
Like
you
the ski
Cornhole?
beanbags.
thing?
It's kind of like skee ball, but the circles spin around, and if you hit them 3 times in a row, you get bonus points. And it's just like 3 circles, one smaller than the other 2, and it's kind of the same principle as skee ball, though.
So you spend like $30 and you get like a keychain if you win.
Ski ball
Yeah.
is the one with the
Yeah, exactly.
gun, right? And you put
No,
it in,
skee ball is the one that's like bowling, and you roll it,
Oh
and there's
right,
the
yeah,
circles.
Yeah.
yeah,
all this-
yeah.
you get
Takes the
points
jump.
for-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
goes like a
That
ramp,
that's
yeah.
skee ball. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they serve milk at the arcade?
Not in a bag.
No.
You should ask. Next time you're ask for a
Can
bag
I get a
of
bag of milk?
and a straw.
That's
It's straw.
Like a Capri Sun.
I remember you used to be able to get like chocolate milk in the bag of milk too.
Oh
right?
yes, yes you could.
Remember that? Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
there's
max
delicious.
yeah.
and the maximum that was 1% because the 2% chocolate would kill you.
Wow.
It'd be so thick.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
so thick.
It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate river. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Nielsen. That's the brand I remember.
So
See,
what?
for me,
I was
it
just
was
gonna
Beatrice
ask
and
you what
Beatrice.
was your Beatrice?
Beatrice, in my opinion, is the greatest chocolate milk. on the
Okay, so
planet.
there's
like
Beatrice and Parmalat.
Yeah,
Parmalat
Parmalee.
was
Yeah.
Parmalee. But that was
Parmalee, yeah.
so that's
yeah.
what they
Steel
had.
test.
That's what they had in Alberta first. And
Is
then it
Nielsen
kinda
here?
came-
Is that why I'm saying Nielsen?
No.
Is that here in New Zealand? No. That is
No.
one at home, eh? Nielsen?
Yeah, I remember Parmalee,
Yeah.
Seal Test, Nielsen.
Sealed
There was like the
test.
local dairy one. We had one called Kawartha Dairy.
Oh, right.
Connoisseur of chocolate milk, man.
and we
Loved
had
it.
Yeah.
Sunny D.
You can't freeze that. You
Oh,
know that.
what? Some purple stuff.
What,
and
Sunny D?
Sunny
Sunny
D?
D.
You can't freeze it.
Commercial. I swear you can't.
You
can put it
can't
in the
freeze it?
freezer and it won't freeze. Like that's
Really? That is scary.
It's not alcohol and it won't freeze. It's like orange drink. That's what it says.
Yeah.
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 The ingredients list are just like a bunch of numbers because they're just.
I
It
always
is
remember they had great commercials
extremely,
though.
like tangy, like wow, it's got a twist to it, man. That
did.
Sunny D stuff.
It's
man.
called
It's
sugar.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Holy
Called
fuck, man.
sucrose.
Yeah, that's right.
High.
Mainland.
What is it like? High sucrose syrup or something.
That's
Like,
right.
Highly lethal sucrose.
It is nowhere near an
97%.
orchard that thing was made from.
That's right.
In a laboratory in Germany somewhere.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we're going to talk about hockey equipment because we're just going to be talking about grocery store stuff for the rest of the
Oh,
day.
we might
sorry,
get
sorry,
there.
boys. All right, okay.
I don't
What did
mind.
Yanni make you wear, Summer?
Well,
What did he
everybody.
get?
Well, maybe. All right. So, well, wait. Before I think some of our listeners or viewers, whatever, have already heard the stories about Yanni. But so I was just gonna sort of mention some of the, and you still see it today, but the retro equipment. So first is I want to mention hockey gloves. So hockey gloves
Nice.
back in. I mean, probably each generation says the same thing, because I'm sure gloves in the 1950s and 60s were not nearly as good as the gloves in the 1970s and 80s, right? I don't know.
Well, they were
No,
one
I-
color back then, though.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it, right? They were,
They're
the
Brown
color
leather.
of leather.
yeah.
The real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, not
Yeah.
that.
Uncut,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
synthetic anything.
Straight from the cow.
With the, did it have the It had the armor thumb, and there was a picture of an armadillo on the thumb. Do you remember that? It was like
Yes.
the.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Remember
yes,
Yeah.
that?
yes.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
could like just take huge slashes off the thumb, and you're fine.
Well, that was right. And then they stopped doing those. And here, I'll just pop up a couple. So, can we see that or what?
Look at those leather oven mitts.
Right? Right here?
Yeah.
Or you're looking at these ones. So, this was probably like 1950, 60, 40, 50.
Those are
Where
the
is it?
Rocket Richard, Howie
Right?
Mandela's gloves.
Then it sort of graduated to this.
Yeah.
Look at the cuff
Right?
on that. Is it up
Yeah.
to your elbow?
Yeah.
It looks
Exactly.
like it, eh? Like, I don't know anybody whose top of their hand is that big.
How do you smoke darts with those on?
All right, well, they didn't need to hold them, right? They just lit
Skate
it,
around
put
with it
their
in their mouth.
The
Yeah,
trainer does it for you.
that's right.
'Cause he
Then
holds your
we-
darts during the game.
We go to the 1980s.
How about that? Like, if you look in retrospect, you look at these gloves, and then you look at like nowadays. Nowadays,
Yeah.
a guy he'll
So there's where we started. There's probably ones. I guess this is kind of where we're at right now. That's a terrible photo. But
there's now a guy in the NHL that catches the gloves.
Yeah.
Like, like how the
That's his
game has
job.
evolved, right? Everybody comes off the ice and chucks their gloves to the trainer, and then he turns around and puts them on the warmer.
On the
like,
warmer. I know. I just
see,
love
like, is this
Oh.
this is like a that
oh,
right? Could
that
you
is top of the
imagine?
line protection. Dude, I do. It's not imagining. I wore that stuff.
I wore it
I
during.
got
Well, probably
hurt
didn't even wear it
lot.
during road hockey, but that would have been awesome to
Wow.
have for road hockey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys wear equipment? I mean, somebody was lucky enough to have some goalie pads, but never really had goalie pads. It always just sort of.
I remember I used to like if I ever went in net, I always just went in net and had like a bat. I had a back
I just went in
catcher's.
that.
I just went.
Well, because I had an older
Yeah.
brother, right? I had an older brother, so I got fit. I got forced to be the goalie a lot.
You're getting into road hockey now. All right.
But I would wear a catcher's chest plate, like from baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah,
catches, chest.
That's what I would wear. Yeah. Sometimes I would wear the bucket too.
Oh, well, you see, you're lucky.
'Cause-
Never
well,
wore
it-
bucket.
It was before the time of having the cool street hockey helmets that you can just put on now. They're like, the kids now, their street hockey gear is better than anything I ever had.
Sir, I'm just seeing that Russian helmet there. You know what was
Yeah, you
awesome
saw
about
that.
seeing the old
That one
Russian
there, yeah.
teams is they look like they got like the Canadians' leftover equipment from like 30 years prior. Like their jerseys like they all had like worst helmets and like
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
they had, like their
You're right.
numbers looked like it was like masking tape.
That's,
It was like peeling off while they're playing.
They got like the Cooper failed series
Yeah.
sent
They got-
over.
that's,
They got the oh what's that store? The winners. You know, everything's like seconds, you know, like a stitch is off, so they just fire it in the garbage.
Summer, go to that one in the middle there that's kind of split, the red one.
It's like two pieces.
Oh, that's
It's
the
the
mess.
Cooper SK
That's
2000.
that's the
Yeah,
Messier
that's the
helmet.
Messier,
That's the Mark Messier.
He wore a Winwell though, but that's the same shape.
It was, yeah. What was the
Yeah.
exact
See, that's the old
same helmet?
Oshawa Generals helmet from like the early
Yep.
90s.
That was the one Lindros wore, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. It's a head
Yeah.
cap.
That's right. It's like,
That's
think-
like Butch Goring.
boy,
Is that the one where the chin strap kind of covered your mouth as well?
it looks like it's got the it's double strap. It looks
Like,
like.
what is that? That's wearing you for protection. Like, look at that.
That's right. That's right. See, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
there's
is
this-
like, who's this?
the-
Luke Robitaille. That's who that
the,
reminds me of.
Dale Craigwell, Lindros, Scott Pearson.
Lindros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
that helmet definitely reminds me of Lindros.
yeah. I had an SK 2000, and it was like that was the helmet to have when you were a kid.
It was.
that
man.
was,
It
yeah.
was the helmet to have.
Yeah.
Didn't like
It's
these
all,
flip back or something, right? And
you
you
could
could
change colors
adjust
on
the
them. You could
The
change
sides you could
colors.
take
yeah,
off, and then you could just slit out, and you could
You could you could trade with
make it
another guy on your
smaller.
team who had a
Yeah.
different color helmet.
I had a
You,
half white and half maroon one that I traded with somebody,
yeah, yeah.
and my parents weren't happy because they just wanted me to have a white one.
Oh,
This
that
one
was
was another
there's
popular model,
that's
X
the
right?
one I had for
It had the
years.
flip ones, like
XL7 had
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Oh
clips
no, it
that
was
flip
just
out
like a
on the side.
push-in clip, right? Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, the
They
mask
were
clipped in.
they were adjustable to your head too.
I had a
Yeah,
green one,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Did
if you
you?
lose or break the clip,
There's
you're
the
done
side
because
view.
they're hard to find. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, yeah,
That was part of
yeah,
the Cooper all system with the
Oh,
fan.
look at that one. Look at the one on the ref there. I want one of those for my refing helmet, dude. Just that cage. Just that
Yeah,
cage, dude. That's so
that is
sick.
such a minor hockey league ref look.
Yeah, dude.
The half cage.
The half cage. That's
I could
so
use a half
funny.
cage. We should order
If
one.
you
Have
can
a look.
find
Yeah,
something, like, you could probably get something off eBay. That'd be hilarious.
yeah, that'd be good. Cause
Boss
I think my
bucket.
ref helmet. Where is it? Is like it is not that model, but anyways.
That was a solid.
Um,
That was a good move that I did this year. Is get a
Where's
different helmet for refing.
Where's the Yofa?
The Yofa.
well, I thought I'd leave that for one of you
Oh,
guys,
okay,
but
all
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So
Cause
that's how you get around not wearing a helmet, but wearing a helmet.
um,
When you have to wear one, you wear a Yofa because it's not really anything. It's a margarine container.
it's a margarine container. Okay, so
Lumber.
hockey sticks. I went with Canadian. That was that a brand? Yes, it was a brand, Canadian. Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look. I remember these. So, uh, I almost forget. I forget the brand name. I remember, like the best player on the team walked in with this, and he would always like set these trends amongst the team, right? He'd get this new helmet, or I remember specifically one day, and he walked in, he had this brand new red Canadian stick with this curve, and he's like, "Oh man, this is like the best stick ever." Everybody on the team went out and bought one. I still had, my straight plastic blade wood shaft stick that I was training on. I asked my dad, "Could we get a new stick?" No. But
Get one until you're retired.
What was like? Speaking of like sticks, like I don't know. Do you remember the old silver Gretzky?
Yeah, the Easton.
Yeah, the two piece.
Yep.
oh
I,
yeah,
I
that's
remember I
right.
remember getting that for Christmas one year, and I went nuts over that. It was the first time I never had to use a wood stick.
Yeah, well, I remember
That's
when they came
right.
out, and I remember people were like, "Wow,"
Yeah, it
and
was
it
insane.
costs like $10 million. So like, there might be one guy that
That's
has one.
right.
But it was the '80s, and that was actually $70.
Yeah, yeah. When you went to LA, that's when you switched from Titan to Easton.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the two piece. I remember my blade breaking and going to get a replacement blade, and they were like $45. Because I remember when I bought the stick, it was $100. Or my dad bought it. It was a huge step for me, man, getting yeah, this brand new, state of the art sort of stick. And it was 100. Anyways, when I put in the replacement blade, I remember winding up, taking my first slap shot with it, and it broke. And
Oh,
that was the end of my two-piece stick.
broker came
That's it.
out.
Just broke. It
Oh,
snapped. Yeah, man.
did you heat it up?
Yeah, I did all the right things. I mean, they
Okay.
helped me put it in, but
All
there was no warranty on them back then. You know,
right. No,
it was
it
like,
was
sorry,
buyer beware. Eh?
yeah, we can buy another one for $45. Like
Yeah.
fucking guys. But yeah,
All right, we're
I
coming to the end of the first. We're trying to get a quick game in tonight, eh, boys?
yeah.
Sound good to you, Summer?
yeah, sweet man. Yeah, second period. Let's
All
do it.
right, moving into the second. So I just wanted to touch on a couple guys, like a couple of those guys that you see, some of the famous guys that wore some of the best buckets. That's kind of what I was thinking of looking at tonight. A guy like Butch Goring. Do you remember Butch Goring
Yup.
I remember the name.
from the
Big
But
trade.
Ryan
Islanders?
remembers
Big
it.
trade to the Islanders from LA.
Yes,
Pushed them
sir.
over the edge.
Yeah, where they kind of threw away the more or less the whole team, right?
I
They
don't know how
they
you guys
they
remember.
traded away the whole team pretty much for Butch Goring.
Well,
He
the
used
whole team
to.
because they won.
I in all those pictures that you were putting up there, I didn't see Butch Goring's helmet at all. But I'm going to show it to you right
Oh,
now,
okay.
and it's pretty gorgeous actually.
It's a trademark.
Yeah, it is. It's
I don't
Because
remember
there were
this.
a lot, like, guys still weren't
I
wearing
will.
buckets, really.
Yeah.
no,
And they
they
must have
weren't.
got carved for being losers for wearing helmets, eh? Like,
When they
what a
first came
loser
in.
trying to
Yeah.
protect their head. Such
Yeah.
a loser.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
loser trying to
Well, I
protect
wonder
his
what
speed.
like injury stats were when there was no helmets. What were the concussion rates back then?
I
Oh,
don't
we
think
don't.
concussions existed until, like, the late 90s, early 2000s,
Right?
really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't quite invented yet.
Before you were just being a pussy,
Nothing a few beers
right?
couldn't fix if you got hit your head.
Degenerate brain disease, fucking dying. You're a pussy.
That's right.
There he is, Butch Goring.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh
Look
yeah.
at that,
Yeah.
Bucky.
Yeah.
Bring
That's
John
like
Tavares' old number 91.
SAT can
Look at the mitts with the laces out. No laces.
Oh yeah.
Look at
That's
that,
right.
Bucky.
Oh, there you go. Good zoom in.
That is something
I
else.
like it looks better when the hair's all coming out of
The
the
chin strap is made out of like a
leather.
harness for a horse.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like the
buckle on
reins
the other
the
side.
reins of a horse.
Imagine actually putting the 5 holes in, like
Goes up to his
how
elbow. Look at.
it is up to
Yeah.
his elbow.
Yeah. That's probably why they're out, right?
I like how
Yeah.
he's holding. He's choking up on the stick too.
Yeah. Look at that Sherwood. That's a classic.
That is.
Yeah, so that's a good one, right? So Butch Goring, like that guy, just a legend. And like Langer said, put him over the edge, put him over the edge to win the cup. Then you got guys like Ken Dryden in net, right? And Lanny McDonald, and the buckets they wore. And this is like, this is like the same helmet that Foligno wears, right? You get the same bucket that Foligno wears. His kid just went to Toronto recently, and
Oh.
they wanted him to
Oh,
wear the
right.
same helmet. You remember that? Like they
Yeah.
were just talking about it recently in the news. But here's a couple of legends here too. Here it
Yeah.
comes.
Helmets was sort of in the fledgling stages when they started coming. You think about it, like goalies didn't even wear helmets like until like the late 70s, early 80s. Like nothing.
Man.
I
Like,
should
look at
say,
that
they were
one.
wearing masks. Yeah. Look at those tube skates too. Just ankle burning. And those flimsy pants, because the pants only had one fiber on the thigh, on each side, and then
Well,
it was
those are the
nothing.
same pants. Those are the same pants, just different color. There's
Yeah.
an extra
There's
red
no
stripe
protection
on
on
that.
it at all.
Yeah, he's pretty. Look at how much of his neck is exposed.
Yeah.
Just like it's crazy, and that blocker is like super thin. It's like beyond thin.
Yeah. Look
But
at
yeah,
this.
some of the
Solid
old
black
retro
pads.
gear is just unbelievable.
Look at the net. See the sharp corners on the side?
And I think they were actually. I think back then the pegs actually went in the ice.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
they didn't
Those
come
things
off the
didn't
moorings.
move.
They were anchored into the.
Yeah.
into the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
If you went oh, that's right,
So
man.
if you hit the net, like it was
You were
dangerous.
going in hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could end up with a hospital stay for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing a few beers couldn't fix after.
That's
the game,
right.
though.
That's right. And a smoke.
Yeah.
And then what? So I was kind of thinking about like today's players too. Like so, you remember how they like so they didn't even wear helmets back in the day with the retro gear, and then they put in the rule. Like who was the last guy? Who was the last guy that was able to like flow around? Because I remember watching hockey games and you'd see like Doug Wilson for the San Jose Sharks with the big afro, and then you know what I mean? You'd
Ron
see,
Duguay for the Rangers.
or
Brad
like Guy
Smith.
Lafleur, and you'd see his hair waving, and like, who
Craig
was the last
McTavish.
guy?
Do you
Was
know?
it Craig
I think
McTavish?
it was Craig McTavish. I
Okay,
don't know the year they grandfathered that in, but I think he was the last guy, like in the mid '90s.
and
Just,
now,
just hair. That's all he had for protection.
and now
Fuck
we're in
you
the.
all.
Now there's like
Go Red One.
only a few guys that are left that can go. What is it without a visor, right?
Visor, yeah.
Yeah, you showed
And
me
they
that
can
list the other day.
they can still do bucketless warmies. Is that
I
Yeah.
don't know, because remember Taylor Hall got stepped on in warm up and like
Someone
his
got
face
pucked
all
to the
sliced
face
up?
on
Yeah.
the head.
Stepped on.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
fell down in the corner and like a guy like skated on his face and he
Yeah.
got tons of
whoa?
stitches.
Really?
It's scary. Yeah,
I
it's like
did
in his
not
first
know
or
that.
second year. You can find that. It's pretty gruesome.
Damn. I didn't
I
know
think
that.
we've done enough web searching for the day.
Well, the listeners at home, go look up Taylor Hall gets his face stepped
Yes,
on by a skate.
Yeah,
That's right.
it could be more entertaining than this podcast.
Not it's not as gruesome as Clint Malarchuk taking a skate to the throat.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
It's
No.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Talk about no throat protection, man. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, true. And
The
that
video's
that's
on YouTube.
yeah, that's
Terrifying. Like the
And then
corduroy. What is it? The corduroy artery.
Like,
the
do you
carotid or
guys
whatever it's
remember watching that? Did it happen while you were watching that game?
I remember
No.
seeing it on the news. Like
On the
Yeah, I
news?
remember
Yeah.
seeing it on the news too. And for me, that was kind of like the home team because Buffalo, he was the backup tendy, right? Like he was only started 5 games a year, and that was one of them, and he almost got decapitated. But
Wow.
but he was like our local like hometown goalie, so it was all over the papers. I'm just man, I can't believe that he survived that, and I'm just glad that he did. Like that's crazy, such a
I
crazy
know.
story.
Some dude ran out from, like, opened the doors, ran out, grabbed his throat, and saved his life.
That's right. Yeah,
Was
the,
it-
the
yeah,
trainer.
Pretty-
Yeah,
It was just spurting all over. Like, it was pretty horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have a vague recollection of the player skating in and it happening and like the goalie wrenching his helmet off and as
That's
he
it.
was pulling it up, it was like
Yeah.
it was
yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
definitely the one.
like all over
So
the
yeah,
ice.
that's wear a neck guard, which used to be just like a
So
like
weird.
a
There's a
strap
claw.
that went around your neck, so it
That's right.
it didn't cover this part or this part. It was just, and if you played tournaments,
That's
you had
the
to
one
wear
I
one.
had. Yeah.
So some guys would just take like a hockey sock and wrap it around their neck, or like a tube
Yeah.
sock,
Yeah.
or if you're really stuck, just like a piece of tape, like
I
some
don't-
stick tape.
I don't
No?
ever remember that. No, man. I think
Did you get it? No, you didn't.
yeah, well, I thought you didn't well, for us you weren't allowed to play.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They brought that in as when we were like right around the time when we were like 8, 9, 10 in that
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
And then here, I got a couple more guys I just want to rip through. This is 2 in 1. One of them's a special one for Langer because is like his idol. But one of the most famous buckets. It was almost as if the team was issued these with their jerseys. Right? The classic Oilers jersey, the Oilers bucket that
That's right,
Gretzky wore
yeah.
for
Yeah, that's,
years
uh,
on years.
That's the standard Oilers
Yeah.
bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was team issued, right?
That's right.
And then obviously you got Bill Ranford there, and that's when the the blocker turned into a weapon. Look how wide that thing is
Yeah.
compared to that one that we were looking at earlier.
I love how that bucket Kevin Lowe's wearing doesn't even match the uniform. It's like a different shade of
The blue. Yeah.
What shape is that glove? Like
It's
That's
it's
the
trapper?
armadillo glove, that one. Well, or type
The
anyways.
coho.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's so small. It's so small compared when you look at a glove nowadays. They're massive.
You talking about Trapper?
Yeah, that trapper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Clark and Shima. You know what I loved? Is I loved those NHL issued super hockey pants back in the early '90s. Those were my favorite.
Oh
Super.
yeah,
All the teams
yeah.
wore them. He's wearing a pair. They were awesome.
Yeah, they
You
each
remember
had.
Takla?
The European
Tackle-
guys seem to have Takla ones because that's like Euros.
Tackler was
The
superhero.
Supra. With the team logo on it, and they were cool.
All right. No, Takla was the brand where I was from for sure.
Okay. Oh, for minor hockey, yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
wore tackle pants. I had a pair
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
And then
That's
my
right.
all-time favorite piece of retro equipment is by far the Cooperall.
Are they green?
Oh, you just need a
Oh,
jack.
they are too. Yeah,
Right? That
yeah,
was the
eh?
Is that
all-time
a
best
Howe?
Yeti.
Yeah.
Who's that goaltender? Is that Kevin or Steve Weeks or somebody? You need a nice green jacket to go with those pants,
It is, eh? It's
Yeah,
like they're like track
absolutely.
pants, man.
like a
It's
white
like they're
dinner
wearing
jacket.
an Adidas running, like
That's
an
right.
Adidas outfit.
That's right.
So there was
Adidas,
only one other team that wore the Cooperalls. Do you remember who it was?
Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah. So
Oh, right.
apparently they wanted to
Right.
streamline the look and make the players faster, but they had to throw them in the garbage because if they hit the ice, like they were going too fast, there's no friction and they couldn't like get up quick enough. So it was dangerous.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
is that right?
Yeah, that's why they threw them in the bin, in the
Yeah.
rubbish bin.
And they look horrible. And they look absolutely horrible.
Well, it's just, I mean, if that look had taken off, who knows? Maybe we all be friggin' still wearing Cooperalls at this
And
point,
an XL7.
I could just imagine
Right.
what they would look like now. Hey, they'd
Like,
be like yoga
Connor
pants.
McDavid wearing an XL7 and a pair of
that's right.
Cooperalls.
That's right. Exactly.
DC
It-
doodling through the defense.
did Cooper
Like a
Dude,
get?
he's ridiculous right
Oh
now.
my God, man.
He
Yeah,
scored 4
right
points
now.
today, didn't he?
Oh my God.
Oh,
They're
dude,
nuts.
points.
did he
They're
get
nuts.
did he get 4 today?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Four-
at 91
two
now.
goals, 2 assists, man.
He's got
and,
and he's got what, 9 games left?
Yeah, not that
Oh.
many. I think he's got about 4 or 5 left.
How many points do you think he's going to end up with?
I think he'll get 100.
Well,
Or
yeah, he's
99.
going to get 100, but like
I have no idea. What is
like
he at
10
now?
102,
91.
103.
He's at 91 now?
91 and he's
Yeah.
got I don't know, 7 or
5
8
games left. 7 or 8 games?
I don't know.
Oh, no,
No,
there's
not that
at
many.
least-
I'll have a
No.
look
No,
here.
I thought he
4.
had 10 the other. I thought he needed
8 games.
10
maybe,
points
yeah.
in the last. Yeah, I don't know.
6 games left.
6.
He's
got 6
to get
games
9
left.
Points.
So he'll get that
He'll
today.
probably
he
do
could
that,
it.
like, in the next
He could
game.
do that. Yeah.
It'd be wicked if he goes all cocky like Gretzky and he's like, I'm just going to do it tomorrow.
No, in the
Just
last
show.
game, he'll get like 9 points. 10 points in the last game to get
And
the.
finish with 109.
Yeah. I want to see him in Cooperalls. We should just write a petition.
Put Connor and Cooper else.
And a
And then-
half visor.
And with that's made out of steel. And, and that is going to bring to the end the second period. Moving on to the third.
All this equipment. See, you know what? I watch goalies put on these equipment now, and it takes them about 5 minutes to get dressed, because their pads are just all Velcro, and they put them on, and the belly protection just comes on, and they're done. I used to have to come to the rink like an hour before and start getting dressed an hour before, because as a kid growing up as a goaltender, like goalie equipment's expensive, so you learn to become like the mechanic of your equipment. So I would get like a belly pad in novice, and I would have to do a lot of work on it because I'm wearing it to probably ban him, and I know that.
Right. Yeah.
So and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have just. So I was thinking about it. So the reason why goalies back in the day were kind of the way they played is because they're not only trying to save the puck, they're also trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. So that's why they're making skate saves, and stacking the pads so it's the front of their body in front of the puck, because
That's right. Yeah.
if your side, like my pads covered the front of my legs, and behind it was just
Open
nothing.
meat.
Yeah.
Like
Just
you get hit
meat.
from the side and you get hurt. And I'd
Yeah.
have so many bruises. And again, I was talking, the pants had the one fiber on each thigh, and the rest was just like a pair of K-Way track pants. There was
That's right.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'd be putting fibers in there and like lots of tape. Like no one could borrow your goalie equipment because you had to know how to put it on, and there was only one way to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to give you a 2-hour tutorial how to put my equipment on. So
That's right.
even if you're sick or hurt, I'll just play because no one else knows how to work my equipment. I'm the only one who knows how it works. so.
And when you get it back, it's never going to be the same.
No. So yeah, so it's just it's brutal. So there's this guy I was reading about, and he didn't wear a mask until like the late '70s. Like he was like this guy for Pittsburgh. He was the last guy who never wore a mask. So I tried wearing this one in warm-ups in the winter league, and as awesome as it is, you can't see anything when it's at your feet, and you can't breathe. So I don't know how those guys played. Those guys are heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. They wear goalie pads. So another thing too was the stick. Like these one-piece sticks, I didn't even. I came to New Zealand, and someone said, "Here, you can have it. It's broken." So I grew up again. If it's broken, you know how to, you figure out how to fix it, and that's with tape, lots of
Yeah.
tape. So one piece goalie stick, I'm like, that's just tape, man. So one of my favorite old school goalie sticks, it's not that old school, was the is a brand called Christian. I don't know if you remember Christian hockey
Oh
sticks.
man, that was it. It wasn't
Yep.
Canadian.
It
It
was a
was a red
Christian,
Christian stick.
and it
My
had some
God.
like graphite tape on it that was built
Damn it.
into it or something, like on the blade.
Yes.
Remember it had
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
stripes
The
yeah.
on
one
it.
I showed you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
the goalie stick model, because I when I used to go to Pete's games, I would stand around the hallway and watch the players like tape their sticks and fire them up. And the one goalie, he used to, I think it was Todd Boysoon or John Tanner or Kay Whitmer or somebody, and he would use a whole roll of white tape for the knob. And I thought, why do you do that? And so he showed me. He's like, you drop your stick, it sits up so high off the floor, you can easily pick it up, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Man, that
Then,
was one thing I struggled with was picking up my stick with my gloves for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't be a player skating around with a giant knob on your stick because
Well, no, it doesn't look
it's
right.
kind of
Well,
funny. But anyway, the Christian goalie stick came out with a model called the Curtis curve, so you can find that. So the shaft of it was kind of bent.
yeah. I remember that.
oh
So when
yeah.
you dropped it, it would sit up off the ice, so you could get your fingers underneath and pick it up. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't poke check anymore because it's like a windy bent
Yeah.
shaft. But
But what is that the only reason why they bent the shaft or whatever like that is so you could pick it up easily?
yeah, because the way it lay down on the ice,
Yeah.
it would kind of be popped up, so you get your fingers because it's hard with
Yeah.
a blocker on, you get your
Yeah.
fingers underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a waffle board, as the Americans call it, blocker for a long time. And when I'm playing video games, I always make sure my goalie has one with all the circles in it. I got my first trapper. It was a Cooper Durasoft from Kmart because it was just sitting in a bunch of sporting goods equipment. So that was my trapper.
Durasoft.
Yeah.
Durasoft.
And I had a pair of DNR brown. They were brown pads,
DNR.
DNR.
and they
I
had like the
re-
curved bottom.
You had DNR ones when you were here, didn't you?
That's
No, what do I have? I had a pair of Vaughn. That was like rich guy
Vaughn.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
But
what
when I
got.
started
got
playing
Vaughn,
net,
so-
though, they would have a bag. The team had like a bag of goalie equipment. So every game, like someone like you take the bag
Yeah.
home, and
Yes.
you're the goalie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I had
Yeah.
like this like it was basically like an oven mitt for a trapper, like it was like plastic. And then I had the pads and
Like, can I
You-
just use my baseball glove?
yeah, that would have been better. So anyway, so the thing about the equipment, and everyone says, oh, goalies sucked back in the day. I'm like, well, to be fair, comparison to the players today, the players suck too. Like, I was watching this old goaltending video from the 80s.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, and so the guy was saying when a guy comes down to take a slap shot, you come straight out at him because when he's got his head down, he's ready to shoot. You come out, cut down the ankle. Nobody has their head down when they're taking shots today.
No.
No one
No,
does. So
No.
that's why you. I mean,
Nobody
the
even
players-
has their head down when there's stick handling today.
I know. So as much as the players changed, the goalies had to adapt to like it was, it was connected, right? So again, when you start to make fun of the goalies and the equipment sucks and they're brutal and stuff, they're trying to not get hurt and make a save,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
because their equipment was garbage, man. Like
Yeah.
you wear that today, it's over. However, because
It's
of that, it made goaltenders more exciting to watch. And
Damn
that
right.
is why today's hockey might be better. But it's not better hockey, man. It's not.
All right. I
There
hear
you
you.
go.
I hear you.
I know it's loud, eh?
Damn.
Okay, so for overtime, I was thinking that we could do this. We could try a little something that I tried on another podcast. It's called Head to Toe. Okay.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay.
right? So Langer, you get a little bit of a different perspective because you're a goaltender, as he drinks out of his water bottle. When I say the piece of equipment, if you're putting together your all-time best gear
Oh,
ever outfit
this is
to
awesome.
wear, what would those pieces be? Okay? So I just kind of thought about this before we started here. So I'll kick it off.
Is this old school stuff?
It's whatever you want. It's
Okay.
whatever you want. It's your ultimate kit.
Okay.
I didn't get to tell you about playing with a wooden stick, but
Well,
I'm
you can,
definitely using a wooden stick. Are you using a wooden stick, or are you using a
dude.
stick
Of
from today,
course.
Summer?
Man, this is the stick I'm using. She's a wooden Jofa.
Jofa.
The Yofa.
Nice.
Yeah,
The Yofa.
yeah. It's a PM9 curve, and I don't know, maybe probably a 67
Uh-oh,
flex
he's
on it.
searching in the house.
Yeah. I'll
He's
raise
got the
you.
same stick. He's got the same stick. I think he's got the same stick.
The blue Jofa.
Brent Parker gave me this at the rink one night. He goes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what to do with this, but I know you like
the
hockey
coffee.
stuff. So,
Woo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
and you know what's
Ooh.
happened to the blade?
Oh, wow. Road hockey. ER.
100% pure
Yeah.
road hockey.
It's
Yeah.
100% Ronak.
Look at that.
Man.
That is nice.
Look at how.
Just like shaved off, eh?
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
3/4 of the blade
Look
gone.
at that toe on it. That's
That is
dangerous,
nuts.
man.
You can stab somebody
Oh.
with it.
That's wicked.
Okay, so now you both
Great
got your.
stick.
Now we
Great
both got our twigs. Now
No, that's
everybody's
not.
got their twigs.
That's not mine. I'm not. You playing
No.
that with that? What are you talking about?
No.
Okay, so there you go. I have a red Titan that's actually the door on my shed, which is
Oh, the
my
Mike
retro
Bossy one.
stick. Yeah, I converted it because I got my kit set for my shed out the front of the house there, and didn't come with a door handle. So I grabbed a nail gun and nailed a hockey puck in for the handle, and then a bigger one for the hockey stick as the two handles to get into the shed. Okay, so where are we going with the sticks here? What stick you using? You're using your Jofa. What are you using, Langer?
I'm gonna use the Northland. It's like the stick all the goalies in the '70s used because it was like the only stick I think.
Northland.
So if you look up the
Nice.
Northland goalie stick, weighs 200 pounds.
Northland, right?
You know,
Okay. I like
just
the
some-
Chimo, man. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
the Chimo
Yeah.
I'm
from Czechoslovakia or someplace.
I'm
Man,
using
they're
any
good.
wooden stick from Canadian Tire, but I'm
Yeah.
putting a blowtorch on it first before
What?
it goes
I thought you were
anywhere.
gonna say you were gonna get it from Petro Canada.
All right, moving on. What bucket you wearing?
I don't know. I Cooper. I don't even know the models, man. I would go iTech.
Oh, with the bubble,
Yeah.
the bubble for the fishbowl,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the old school
Yeah.
fishbowl. Brennan
Yeah.
Waterhouse
Hockey
had one of
championship.
those in the.
No, actually I'm gonna go iTech. I remember when they came up with the flip up visor, man. Like, it's like a full
You can
page
take a
visor.
section out. Yeah.
No, it was like a
Oh, okay.
full mask, but it was like made out of the visor material, and it flipped right up, like chin guard and everything. Do you not
Really?
remember that?
Don't they all
No?
do that when you? I don't
For
know.
me, it was revolutionary because,
Blew your
like
mind.
Anyways, it was, yeah. But anyways, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, you're right. They all do that anyways. I don't know why that was a big shock, but for me, it just looked weird. I don't know.
What we should have done for this, boys, is everyone should have got like a piece of foolscap and like a marker, and then you just draw a picture of what you want to wear.
Oh, damn it.
Maybe we can do that next time, and we can just compare them. All right, so you got the iTech.
I got the iTech.
That's a good one.
Oh, I think
You
yours will probably be more interesting.
Be
So
red.
I honestly maybe I'm crazy, but I'd like to give her a go, just one game McTavish style. Just one game, just with a baseball cap on. Just why not? It's a little
Or
bit crazy.
shave the horseshoe at the top of your head, and just have like long
That's
sides
right.
long in the back,
That's right.
and wear a pair of
No,
glasses with like a
no.
strap on them to keep them on.
If I were to pick though, dude, I'd have to go with the Butch Goring. That thing is unbelievable, man. Like I want to give that a whirl.
The
Can
strap.
you even put a, it's like it's like a pair of like squash goggles or something. Hey, can you put a cage or a visor on a Butch Goring helmet?
I don't know, but that
I
would
don't
be
think
wicked.
so.
Screw that in.
Yeah,
There's no way to
screw the. There's probably
no
we
way to
could
affix
engineer
facial
something.
protection onto that.
A half
A
cage.
piece- What are you wearing,
Take
Langer?
I'm gonna go early night because my favorite goalie equipment of all time is early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. So I'm gonna go with the Cooper SK 2000 helmet from Junior. I'm gonna go with the Cat's Eye cage. You know, it was
Oh,
like
Oh
yeah.
a cape,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and zero neck protection.
Zero. Yeah.
Zero. If you look
That
at
was.
Mike Smith's one of his masks, as he wears
Yes.
a home and away one, he's the only
Yes.
goalie I've noticed who wears home and away equipment, which is awesome. His pads,
Yeah.
everything is home and away. But
Yeah, true.
his home, or I think it's his home mask, is a replica of Andy Moog's helmet cage combo.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Oh,
the helmet,
really?
the yeah. If you
Oh,
look
yeah,
at it,
yeah, yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got the ears and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
On it?
and his
Yeah.
other and his other mask is a replica of Grant Fuhr's, and the helmet itself is a picture of Grant Fuhr in the crouch, with the mask is like his face is giant because it's the mask. It's
Ah,
awesome.
guy. Yeah,
Right.
that's cool.
It's really he's pretty creative.
Sweet.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It
he's
would be cool
got.
if you could do that as a player.
Last year,
Helmet.
Benner's got different sets too, because St. Louis wears so many different jerseys. But,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like home and away, a white and a dark. He's got different equipment.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So I'm going
Well,
Cooper SK
man,
2000 and the cage.
Like when they wear their retro gear, I don't know. I've noticed that some of the goalies have matching equipment. Like it seems
Yeah.
like the Flower, he's got fucking pads for years, man. And I wonder, like, what, like, when they come out with this like retro third jersey reverse up your ass, like, how do they restitch all the pads and stuff and like
You
make
get,
all?
you get new ones.
Do you get new
Yeah,
ones?
they're just
But
new
you
pads,
don't want to
yeah.
like, as a player, like your skates, for example, you want to wear those like 2 or 3 times before you're gonna play in a game with them. I guess they can coordinate all that and like work it all in and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what's it like with a new trapper? You got to work it all in, right? Your new
Yeah.
pads.
I think the
um,
equipment is just so much better now. Like,
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter,
I would
they
think
just
at,
strap
thi-
it
at
on,
this
it's like,
at
bam,
this level they probably have it recorded. Like if Fleury wants a
Oh,
new
constantly.
catcher, then they're like, okay, we gotta open up the new catcher and then stretch it in the machine 15 times until it's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Like
put a
you know,
softball, put a
Yeah.
softball in the
yeah,
pocket
or
and, like,
whatever.
tie
Put a
it up with some
softball and
skate
tie it
lace.
out, throw it under your bed, sleep
Yeah.
on it.
pour water on it, and leave it on the porch.
Okay, I think we could just simply get through
What about
your.
my pads and my gloves, man?
Hold
Yeah,
on, man.
that's the
Hold
most
on.
exciting part.
Here-
Exactly.
You're not letting me finish.
All right.
Oh,
Jeez,
Oh, right.
I'm the
Alright,
host of
sorry.
this. I'm the host of this sham of a show we
He's
got
about,
going.
he's about to shut
I was
it
gonna
down.
say no. I was gonna say so. At this point,
okay.
I think we can either go old or new, with elbow pads and chest.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna go with new because I feel a little bit safer.
Elbow pads.
Like
What?
like the new style elbow pads and chest. Right? We're
No,
going on.
like,
We're
I
doing
mean,
head
those
to
aren't-
toe here.
Oh yeah, but those aren't. They're not elbow pads.
Hey,
like,
let's hear the
nobody
man
gives a
out.
shit about anybody's elbow pads. It's only the visible equipment that we want to talk
Hey.
about. It's like, what kind of
Oh,
knee
God.
pads do you have? Like,
You don't want
I
to
was
talk
trying
about
to I was trying to fly through this section, and then all of a sudden you guys think I fucking ended the show. You think,
Well, it's
and then
serious business.
all of a sudden it doesn't account for equipment. Okay, fine, Somerville. Don't ever wear the stuff that's underneath. Only wear the stuff that. and see.
It was
So
like, what the
no
fuck about the
Next-
jock? What kind of
next
brand
game.
jock did you want?
Next game, go
Uh,
no jock, no shoulder pads, no elbow pads. See how important you think
it's
they are.
called the 8 door rink, right? We all
Yeah.
survived that fuck,
Jeans, skates,
That's
and a hockey jersey. A pair of combi ski gloves.
I
Some of
never
them.
wore
Yeah.
fucking jeans playing hockey. God
No.
damn it. But I
Tight
know
pair
the
of
guys that
Jordache,
did.
no?
Fucking hell.
Mark's Work Warehouse or something.
Some giant tiger GT special, like
Do crossovers, a pack
Okay,
of
well,
darts
okay.
falls out of his
I'm
back
excited
pocket.
to know about what kind of elbow pads you want to wear.
Go ahead, Cam. Tell us about your elbow pads. Your
What?
new elbow pads.
I'm already done. I said I'm going with new ones. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
right.
just
I was trying to
That's
get
it?
through that section quick so that you would just say
anticlimactic.
new or old, he would say new or old, and then we'd move on to
Okay,
better
Right.
stuff.
Oh, I see. Okay. I
Right?
get it now. Sorry. I jumped all over you for nothing.
too much
Yeah.
time on the elbow. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Time on elbow pads.
So, see, usually you have a shift by now, and you get to hang out with the coach for a bit.
That's
so
right. Yeah.
you're
Oh,
not
shit,
usually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Give me a hot dog. Okay.
So
coach.
mitts, then. Have you seen Wani's mitts?
Yarp. Yeah. Yeah.
Have
the
you seen
sweet
those?
beige.
I like those.
Yeah. He's got like the beige ones we were looking at. They're from the 19. I don't know. They probably be
No, they're no. If
early
you
80s.
Are they
no,
new
if you look
retro?
at them, they're new, man. They're new retro ones. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sweet.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they're
okay.
tight looking. Yeah,
Oh, right.
those are cool. So, what kind of mitts you going
I'd
with?
be
Big
cool.
ones, the big ones, or the new ones, or which ones?
I don't know. It's a tough call, man. The protection. I like the freedom of the new ones. They're nice, man. The new fabric doesn't like the old leather ones. Your hands get real sweaty, and then the leather gets slimy.
They don't
Yeah.
breathe much.
And then it
Yeah.
cracks, and when it's dried out, and it's gross.
Yeah, right.
Hurts.
And the
Yeah.
new ones, the material, it's a nice breathable material. Keeps relatively dry, but it's easy to dry as well. We'll see. But it also has the new like palm guards, so it doesn't that doesn't wear
Yeah,
out as fast.
Reinforced. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'll go with new.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is you, man.
What about shoulder pads?
Yeah. Let's
No
talk
one's
about
wearing
shoulder
the
pads.
no one's wearing the Bauer flak.
I
shoulder
will the
pads or
flak. Yeah, the flak, man.
They were popular.
Man, they were like, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Velcro. They didn't have
That's
the
right.
steps. And then there was the Easton Donzus ones. Remember them? They were black and
Fucking
orange and they were huge.
That's right. What were they? The East and what?
Easton Donzus. That was the
Donzus.
model.
Easton-
Easton.
How
They were
do you
huge,
know
big
this
black,
shit?
like Road Warrior style.
Right.
Half of the time, I think you're
remember
just
black
making
and
stuff
orange.
up.
No, man, I can't believe he said the flak. Like
The
Jesus
flak.
Christ,
No,
man,
I
I
rem-
forgot.
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
I can see the logo. I
Yeah.
can see that flak
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah, that's right. It was blue and had a maple leaf on there, I think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Had to make believe you.
Yeah.
100%.
Because they made
Oh my
pants as
God.
well.
See, you made shoulder pads interesting. I was trying to get by it, and
love
I
hockey
got
gloves,
accused.
man.
I
Love it.
I got accused of killing the show.
I'd love it.
All right, so tell us about your trapper and your pads. What are you going with?
Okay,
What's
I
your
was-
trapper pad combo?
I was thinking about going with the Cooper. It was big. It had a cheater. So you know how I have the mesh in the glove? Well,
Yeah.
on the cheater, which is on the side here, it was like another mini mesh.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
You look it up, and it was totally legal. Like they just no.
What was
you
it
can't
called?
Have them. It was a Cooper. Oh, some model in the early '90s, and it had like a mini catcher, like net on the cheater.
Really, eh?
Yeah, you'll have to find that one. But I'm
All
not
right,
going to
I'll
wear
find
that
it.
because it's too cumbersome, and I got quick hands, and that just slows me down. So the other one, yeah, I'm probably going to go with. I loved Brian's. Brian's was my favorite brand that I could never own because it was way too expensive. And Brian's and Heaton used to have like this plastic piece on the toe, like on the bottom where you tie your skate to the toe of your pad. There was a plastic
Yep.
piece that went down and covered the front of your skate blade. So if you look at old
Yes.
early '90s equipment, and then they made that illegal because obviously that's whatever. So I'd probably go Go ahead.
I always liked Brian's equipment. It always
Loved
looked
Brian's.
really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked wicked. Brian's and Heaton were my two favorite, and I also liked, and it was so ugly that it's cool. Was the oh, it was the Aeroflex. Darren Pupa used to wear a pair of Aeroflex pants. They look like boxes. You remember
Yeah.
those? Reggie
Yep.
Lemon and
100%.
Darren, the Aeroflex,
Hmm.
because they were
Yeah, you
like the
had.
first modern looking ones, right?
They were just like, and when it looked like he was just wearing two cinder blocks on his legs,
Yeah, the
but
Aeroflex.
but but they were like, looked like they were pillows.
Yeah,
Like
they
they
look
looked
really light.
so soft, and when the puck would hit them, it would just make the wildest sound. It was like
Yeah,
it was just
it's
like,
like a
yeah, it
bass
was.
drum.
Yeah, exactly. It was so crazy because I remember like going to Sabres games because he was their starter. He
With the
was their
boot.
starter, and he would, yeah. Well, he used to. They used to because he was a right-handed glove too, so he caught with the
Yeah,
other hand. He
yeah.
caught with the other hand. They used to call it the poopa scoopa, and like they'd have in the
You
odd
sure?
in the
Barrasso was a lefty. He was a right-handed catch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So was poopa though.
Okay.
Darren Pupa.
I'm pretty
All right.
sure. I'm pretty sure
That's
poopa's the other hand
no.
too.
That's okay. You're a Buff fan. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure.
so good.
I think
Fine.
so.
That's
The
fine.
good old
But
Pupa
anyways, yeah, the
scooper.
poopa scooper. I
That's
remember
a
watching him in warm-ups though, and the sound that used to come off his pads was absolutely amazing.
Terrible, but awesome in the same time.
just like
And
made a
then yeah, it was like a bass drum.
yeah. That's what I want to say. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right.
It was
Yeah,
a nice, deep, rich sound when the puck hit it.
that's right. Yeah,
And it wasn't filled with like pig hair or whatever the old leather ones.
yeah,
They
yeah.
start off at 10 pounds. By the end of the game, they'd be like 45 pounds.
That's right.
And your
Okay,
goalie's
so
like
is that
10.
what they were filled with?
Yeah, it was horsehair or something.
Are
You get
you
a
kidding me? For
you get
real? I thought
yeah,
it was
man.
like cotton
Man,
stuffed
if
in,
you've
like
heard it
almost
on Riding Pine, it's true.
No way, man.
no
It was
shit
like a
horsehair.
it was like something you used to stuff a mattress with in the 50s. It was like real coarse and just really not. It was like an old blanket, scratchy and awful.
That's right. That's right.
And then the blocker. So my blockers, I'd go with I don't like the term. To me, it's just called a blocker, but NBC guys call it a waffle board. With the circles in it.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
blocker.
yeah, yeah.
But the trend was you would bend it, so it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost bent in half.
Yes.
So it's
yes.
actually not covering anything. You're exposing your hand, but it looks awesome though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
was
like-
wondering what the bend thing was about. Why
Well,
did they bend
the
it?
new ones is bent at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So it's the way to or no, it's not the bottom, at the top. So the puck deflects off, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
not just flat and it just.
So it stays in
Yeah.
front of you. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it like stays
Yeah.
in front. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so you can direct it. But then it got because you get your blocker and you just bend the what out of it, so it was just like a V, right? And like that was more road hockey. You get
It's like
ridiculous.
the goal is to like get a double bank, bang bang, psh,
Yeah.
and it's back out. Yeah.
That was
yeah.
the goalie's version of like taking your road hockey curve and like bending it, so it was like 90
Yeah.
degrees.
It looks
It
like
was
a
just
candy
so
cane.
ineffective for anything but shooting. Even
Yeah.
that it was like just ridiculous.
Oh, you take
Yeah.
a slap shot, it goes behind you.
That's right.
Oh my god. All right,
Yeah,
what
there you go.
what equipment do we still got to hit here? So we got
Skates? What about skates?
oh yeah,
And wearing the
skates.
Micron
That's
Megas?
it. Head to toe.
Microns, yeah.
Micron Megas?
Man, those made the best noise when you use them. Like the plastic squeaking together all the time, and the like felt foam
the booty.
inserts. Yeah, man. The
Oh,
boot
yeah, the mic.
insert. Yeah, that's right.
So who's rocking the microns?
I meant the Megas. The Micron
and
Megas, the
then it
instep
goes
had a
up.
white plastic piece. Do you remember those ones? If you look up
Yeah,
Micron Megas,
yeah.
you'll see them. You're like, I remember those.
Yeah. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Because there were
Yeah.
Bauer, there were Tax, and then
So
there was
Somerville,
Micron
what
Megas.
skates are you wearing?
Well, I want to just like as like a for fun thing. I'd probably there's a Micron Mega Air. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh yeah, with the white. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's
With the
right.
with the
Yeah.
instep and the toe. Yeah.
So you're wearing
That's
those?
You wear those with your flak shoulder pads and you're
that's right.
The
playing
flax shoulders.
playing double D hockey.
And
Oh
no elbow pads because they're not
God.
important.
No,
Jesus.
it's the floppy
Yeah, okay,
elbow.
I'll go with those, man. I'll go with those. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. The Micron Mega.
I would go to the ones that I actually got for Christmas when I was 13. I got the Reebok pump skates that came with
Oh, the
the
green
neon.
one. The
Yeah, they
green,
The
came
pump
yeah,
with
with
the
the
neon.
the
Yeah, the
pump
green pump.
cartridge, and you
cartridge
shove
thing.
it in. Oh, dude, those were the
It was a
best skates
cartridge?
ever.
It was like a
Yeah, so
little,
it was
it was
like a
like a
little
pirate
air compressor.
extinguisher or something.
Exactly. It was like a little air compression cartridge that went in this little, it was only like this big, right?
Yeah, I remember
And you
that.
just hold on to it and you push the top of it and you shove it in the side of your skate and it goes and filled up the whole skate on the heel. And then you did it on the tongue too and it went and then it just sucked your whole foot right in. It was awesome. And
That
then
is
after the
awesome.
game, you just push the button and it would release the whole thing out.
I like how you
But
kind of
you,
relaxed when you were showing us how to do that and you released the air. You kind of like, I like it. Let's
yeah,
bring it back.
I gotta be animated, right?
Release.
Release.
All right, Langer, let's get out of here. What do you skate? What are you skating in?
Um, well, everyone's wearing player skates now in net, and I used to think when you wear player skates was hilarious when you're a goalie because, like, what are you doing? You're not a goalie. But I don't know.
It's
This
impossible to play too,
goalie
man.
skates were goalie skates. They were heavy. They were clunky. You remember there's always the guy playing pond hockey who was proud because he was the goalie and he wore goalie skates trying to play out, and you can't
Yeah,
turn on them.
no,
You can't do anything on goalie skates. So I can't do anything with them. Maybe some old from the olden days. But
The olden
they're
days,
just goalie skates, and they're
like
just whatever.
20 years ago.
Stop the puck. Do something.
That's right. Yeah.
Fight. Stop the puck. Do something.
and that's gonna end OT. So, from the three of us here on the fourth line, this is Chronicles of the Fourth Line, brought to you by the Hockey House. Ridin Pine. We'll see y'all next week.
Woo! Nice show, boys. Good work.
Good one, boys.
Yeah. Bring us outro. Outro.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Outro.
Cause I'm riding the
Riding the
pine,
pine,
riding the
riding the
pine,
pine.
we're the chronicles of the fourth line. We don't get to play because our coach thinks our equipment is really crappy when we play tonight.
Tonight.
That's how it's awesome.
But
But we're riding the pine, riding the pine with Punchy lag and summertime.
summertime.
Time. All right, I'm gonna go put some